Fox Hallow Fam, I'm Todd and welcome to Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. Here at Fox Hallow, we've talked a lot about my mom and my Grandma Dodson being huge inspirations for me cooking and baking. This week I'm going to flip the script and do a recipe straight from my Granny haul. Today I'm going to show you how to make Montgomery Pie. Now I've never made it before, but everybody I have asked about has said my granny always used to make it at family reunions. It's supposed to be very sweet and very good. So if you're ready, then let's have some fun. Alright, to start off our Montgomery Pie, we're going to go ahead and take a store-bought pie crust, once I get it out of the wrapper here, and we're going to take our rolling pin and roll it out so it's a little bit bigger for our pie crust in our pie pan. Spread out our flour here a little bit. How do you think things are looking here, Dave?
Looks good. Yeah, those pre-made pie crusts are great, but they're usually too small for a deep dish pie like we're making.
Okay, let's see here. What do you think?
Still needs a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, still needs a little bit on that way.
I think we're pretty close.
Getting there.
I think that's pretty good.
Going pretty good, yeah.
I think that's pretty good there.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and move on. Alright, let's go ahead and form our pie crust into our pie pan. Just kind of take it around gently because this is really thin. And then we're going to go ahead and form our top here. How do you think it's looking, Dave?
That's looking really good. Yeah, just gently put it into the sides.
Yeah, you don't want to have any tears in.
Right.
I think Granny probably would have teased me a little bit for tearing a store-bought pie crust. One of the main things I remember about Granny had a very infectious laugh.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. She always loved having a good time with her family, and especially her grandkids and great-grandkids as well.
Okay.
So, how do you think it's looking here?
I think that looks great. We just need to trim off the excess and we're ready to go.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Alright, now that I've got my pie crust formed on, we're going to go ahead and set it aside now that we have the edges trimmed off and looking awesome. So let's go ahead and move on. Alright, next up we're going to go ahead and take the juice from one lemon, the zest from one lemon, one-third cup of sugar, one-third cup of molasses. Might take a little bit for this to come out here.
Yeah, you'll have to probably squeegee that out of there.
Squeegee?
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't January, so it's not moving all that slow, but, you know, still pretty slow.
Still moving pretty slow there.
And the thing we found with this recipe, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, we had to cut it down to just one pie because Granny's recipe was actually for three pies. So Granny definitely liked doing things big, so but as I said, her laugh was very contagious. She always had you laughing and definitely smiling. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of flour. And then 2/3 cup of just water. And then we're just going to whisk this together until it's good and combined. And then we're going to pour it right into our pie crust. Definitely different, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this is a different kind of pie. Definitely different. Don't break up all that flour in there.
Yeah, you get it dissolved.
You can smell the molasses over here.
You think?
Yeah. Pretty strong.
I mean, I need a little bit more, a couple little chunks there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and continue mixing this here and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, next up for our top layer of our pie, we're going to go ahead and start off with 1 egg. To that we're going to add 2/3 a cup of sugar. 1/3 of a cup of milk. 1 cup flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I'm going to just need a spatula here for this. But we're going to need 3 tablespoons of shortening.
There you go.
And then we're just going to whisk this together. Just go and combine then. Now earlier in the week I had actually asked my dad, because I don't ever really remember Granny making this, but I asked him, I said, hey, so what was Montgomery Pie like? And his response was very bluntly, very sweet. So,
very sweet. There's a lot of sugar and molasses in this.
yes.
So it's very
The
sweet.
one thing I always loved about Granny was she wasn't one to really mince her words later on in life, so I'm sure she would have said the same thing too. And this is very, very thick, as you can see here. It's,
oh, that's good.
we'll go ahead and keep whisking this together, and then we're going to eventually drop this by spoonful, or I'm going to use cookie scoop, into the bottom layer of our pie. Okay? Sound good?
Sounds great.
Yeah, let's just keep on whisking here. Alright, now that we've got the top half good and mixed together, let's go ahead and just take our trusty cookie scoop here and just drop layer of our and one into the other, basically. Got a little tongue-tied there.
Put the batter into the molasses mixture.
Yes. And then once we use all that up, we're going to go ahead and bake this for roughly about 30 minutes until it's done at 350 degrees.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I have never tasted this pie. At least, not to my memory anyway.
Right.
So, this is going to be something completely new for me, but it's kind of cool to share part of the Hall legacy on, so. Because as I said before, I always talk about Mom and Grandma Dodson kind of introducing me into cooking, so it's nice to kind of do something from Granny Hall's kitchen as well. And the recipe we were actually given was given to me by my Aunt Becky, and it was actually Granny's writing. So believe it or not, this is actually straight out of Granny Hall's kitchen. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off, and then we'll go ahead and get it in the oven. Sound good?
Oh, that sounds great.
my favorite part, the taste test. So let's see how we did. The lemon definitely adds to the pie. It's very cake-like and very good. You guys gotta love it. Enjoy. Wrapping up today, I want to thank you again for joining us and encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, always remember, it's good times and good food on Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. I'll see y'all soon. We also want to give a special shout out to Denny and Liz over at Miller Moments for their awesome photos they took of Dave and I for our upcoming cookbook coming out very soon. So thanks again, Denny and Liz. You guys are very appreciated. If you like this video or any of our other videos,
be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.